A little to the...
The atmosphere is a little unusual today. Are you decorating this flower field, Columbina?
That wasn't me. It was them.
You mean the Kuhenki?
Yes. These stones emit a faint light upon absorbing Kuvaki. The Kuhenki are quite fond of them.
So they just put them on the ground and play with them?
Not exactly. Come over here and look.
Huh? Ooh! It forms a picture when you look at it from above!
That's right. I need to go collect some more.
Oh, so you're heading out?
Yes, I know just the place. It's graced by the moon, so these kinds of stones are abundant. Sure.
Alright, then let's get collecting! We want to see what the finished picture looks like, too! Should be enough, right? Feels like we grabbed a whole bunch. Come on, let's head back. Can't leave that artwork incomplete forever, right? Quick, hide! Someone's here!
Where am I? Mommy! I want to go home!
Oh, looks like she's one of the Frost Moon Scions. Is she lost?
You will?
Yeah, of course. She sure looks like she needs it.
The Frost Moon Scions are deeply wary of outsiders, correct? You have no antlers. The hour is late. What if you scare her off instead?
Okay, that could happen, but we can't just do nothing.
Come with me then.
Huh?
What's this? It's so pretty.
That should do it.
And off she goes. That trail of stone should lead her back to the Frost Moon Enclave. Wait, what about the painting?
It's all right. We can finish it some other time. I like watching people find their way back home, to the place where they belong.
Buckle up! Hi! Final warning! Everybody stand back! You asked for it! Look alive!
Let me amuse myself a little.
Over here! Teamwork is dreamwork! Stop right there!
Shine.
You asked for it! You're dead meat!
Let me amuse myself a little. Look at me. Just once more.
fear the dark.
Covenant of the Deep!
Once upon a time, there was a lake in the woods that reflected the moon, and all the animals loved to drink from its waters. The lake was so still that But when they reached in to scoop out the moon, it would shatter to pieces.
Your abode is both comfortable and homely, and the decor within and without is most rich in style. It exudes the fine tastes of its host. For inviting me here, you have my sincerest gratitude. I certainly would. What is on your mind today? That is well. We can discuss any matter you please. Death, freedom, meaning and solitude, or what we shall have to eat later. And yet, perhaps I understand this state of yours. When people deliberately seek conversation with others, it is easy for their efforts to be in vain. If we wish to speak, we should not hesitate. Whatever thoughts linger in your heart, say them, and do so decisively. No matter how trivial these thoughts may seem, what matters is that they are said and heard. For instance, if you see an insect on your way out today, or if you plan to go fishing later. You mean, why do I not cut it short and neat like my colleagues? Why this look, of all choices? I see. I did not expect you to take an interest in my appearance. Yes. Knowing this has helped me understand you better. Have you heard the saying, one's appearance is a reflection of their innermost thoughts and experiences? There was a time when my long, smooth hair was a symbol of my status. It was a habit for me back then. I suppose this will suffice as an answer to your question. You're for inviting me? I certainly would. That is well. And when people no matter how trivial. For instance, if you see I recall that you intend to visit Snezhnograd in the future. It is indeed necessary to gather relevant information before your departure. Regrettably, my memories of it are hazy. But what remains tells me that it was a beautiful place. The brilliant night sky, the never-ending blizzard, It seems that nowadays it's become rather industrialized. Some Fae still live there. Perhaps they have gotten used to the biting cold and are no longer able to survive in a warm place. I wonder what Snezhnegrad looks like now.
What a pleasant place this is. And there's such a nice scent in the breeze. Living here must be wonderful. Thank you, truly, for inviting me to this place. Of course. Would you like me to think of a topic? However, I am not exact— Oh, hardly. I've seen the way you talk to others. You're doing just fine. Although Paimon often speaks in your stead, I find your words often fascinating. I've been paying special attention to them, you know. Now that we're on the subject, I suppose I would like to become a more proficient communicator. Ah, yes. Miss Nefer, Mr. Varka, and Mr. Flint's come to mind. They are all clever and wise individuals. Having come from different backgrounds, their ways of speech also differ. Meeting them has shown me the extent of my abilities. I still have much to learn. You're right. I suppose there might be. At least, in terms of communicating with animals, I know I definitely have the upper hand.
Hyperborea, the bygone golden Elysium. That is what comes to mind whenever I see her. Her ancient and noble lineage are no doubt as heavy a burden to bear as the stunning antlers she wears on her head. And yet she takes it all in her stride. I commend her resilience and courage in doing so. Members of the Lightkeepers are under no obligation to stay, and many do in fact leave shortly after joining. Only the most determined persevere, and Itlua is one such example. It is common to admire those who display wit and cunning, but to me, determination is a far more valuable quality. You shan't catch me crossing blades with Varka. There's simply no contest. No sword in the world has a sharper bite than the North Wind. Now, you might think that the allusion to one of the fiercest forces in nature's arsenal is pure hyperbole. But I tell you, he is a true knight, the likes of which are rarely seen in this day and age. If I ever have the chance to spar with him, it will be a sure sign that I'm going up in the world. I must confess that I do not deal well with machines. This, and not the age difference, is the biggest point of disparity between myself and Aino. Although Nodcry is technically a part of Snezhnaya, you won't hear us habitually refer to Her Majesty, the Tsaritsa. Who's us? The Lightkeepers, of course. Who else? Yehoda always seems to show up where you would least expect. One day you'll find her by a scrap pile at the Krumkake craft shop. Another you'll see her out on the balcony of some wealthy family's house in Nasha Town. She is rapidly learning the philosophy of survival, her teacher being the land of Nodcry itself. Nefer's intuition is as sharp as a knife, and that is a knife that no one wishes to contend with. Fortunately, I don't make a habit of prying into other people's backgrounds. I can only hope she doesn't either. I am but a humble ratnik. As you have witnessed, no corner of Nodcry is safe from the wild hunt. Some may have the arms and skills with which to defend themselves, but even then, not all wild hunts are made equal. Sometimes for reasons that defy comprehension, horde after horde of monsters will appear with no end in sight, and you simply cannot escape by fighting them off. I have found myself in this predicament a number of times. I am acutely aware that you are a more skilled fighter than most, but the wild hunt is a complex and formidable foe, and I urge you not to underestimate it. If you ever find yourself in its presence, you must immediately inform the nearest Lightkeeper, or by all means come to me. You surprise me. Here you are, a seasoned veteran who has weathered countless storms, and yet you still have the curious spirit of a budding young adventurer. All right, let me think. What other pages are there in the story of Flint's that you might deem worthy of your perusal? Well, there is my lamp. It's not the standard issue kind wielded by other Lightkeepers. This one has been with me for a very long time indeed. The weight of its past alone is often enough to scare even the darkest of shadows away. As a soul on the brink of death once said, the light of this lamp strikes more fear into the heart than his incompetent colleagues could ever hope to. Will that satisfy your curiosity for now? Every soldier who seeks to improve must not only hone their skills, but carefully consider their tactics. Based on my prior experience in battle, weaponry and strategies that can dispose of enemies en masse are highly preferred. That is why the polearm is my weapon of choice.
To survive hardship, you must prepare for hardship.
No, the Fae don't need moon wheels. We have our own methods. But I quite like the design, which goes nicely with my black overcoat. Plus, it gives a convenient cover story for the power I wield. I've never been one to refuse tools such as this that help me blend in more seamlessly to my homeland. Every living being, human and Fae alike, needs some sort of an identity. It is what helps us to find our place in the world. The Lightkeepers swear to keep the light of humanity burning in the cold, dark nights where monsters run amok. I happen to be nocturnally inclined myself, and I can certainly strike some measure of fear into other less benign creatures of the night. So, the role of Ratnik suits me perfectly.
Yaya Publishing House has released numerous works that lay out military strategy in a simple and practical...
No one teaches a newborn god. As cosmopolitan as Nodkai may be, it's rare to see... He comes across. You want to know what the place...
It's been way too long since I left. Huh? You're leaving already? Wait! Don't you want to try out my new Glug Glug tea brewer again? Or we could play another game? Okay. Fine. Pinky promise. Tomorrow it is. Don't forget! When I built Inefa, I took her apart and put her back together again so many times. Because I kept wanting to add more and more functionality. Then at some point, I went to grab the next component, and suddenly, I found that I was holding a vision. I hadn't slept in a while, so at first I thought I was seeing things. How long did Inefa take me to build in total? Well, it's not about how long or how short it took. The important thing to remember is that Aino is a genius! I mean, I do get it. Inefa only controls my sugar intake out of concern for my health. But I'm not a robot. Sweet stuff is so hard to resist. So my solution is, if Inefa didn't see it, I didn't eat it. Come on, let's go eat some desserts. My treat, as long as you promise not to tell her. When you're the head of a family, you gotta make sure everyone's well looked after. So when Inefa finishes her chores, I always stroke her head and tell her what a great job she did. Same goes for all my other robots, too. I always make sure to compliment them when they finish their work. I'm such a great parent. I've made a bunch of upgrades to Inefa since she first woke up. Like when I added that body temperature simulator. 'Cause when you hold someone's hand or give them a hug, it's supposed to feel warm and fuzzy. You know what I mean? The next time Inefa's here, let's both give her a big hug at the same time! Inefa is the most important person in my family. I'm so thankful for your help. Not just for getting her back home safe and sound, but for helping fix her little memory problem too. Actually, why don't you come round to my place right now? I'll get Inefa to make crumcake for you. No, wait, I'll make them myself. And I can make midsummer tart too. It's really good. Have you tried it? Why are you running away? I wasn't finished. Yehoda might bicker a lot with Inefa, but they're actually really close. She was the first friend that Inefa made. I'm not a controlling parent, so I don't tell Inefa who she can and can't make friends with. Some friends just argue more than others. Somehow, fighting it out brings them closer together. Oh, I almost forgot to mention. You know her robotic arm? It's pretty, right? I was the one who built that, although it's my student who handles the maintenance and repairs these days. You like her antlers? I could make you a pair just like them. Oh, and how about I make them glow and grow flowers? Or maybe shoot fireworks. It'd be a piece of cake for me. The Frostmoon Scions wouldn't take kindly to that? Okay, fine. Then I'll make some for them, too. House has released numerous works that lay out military strategy in a simple and pragmatic way. Those are my favorite. What a fine young gentleman he is. His speech is music to my ears like the beautiful clink-clank of moving machinery. Oh, too far? Well, yeah, it's pretty high praise, I guess, but it's also the truth. And no, I'm not biased because I've been bribed with cakes. to survive hardship. She came to discuss a potential business partnership with me once. Can't blame her for trying her luck. But she was just too stingy. As Nefa put it, the amount I'd earn in one day of working for Dory wouldn't even cover the cost of 2 freshly baked fruit tandem turnovers. Genius only works on a full stomach, you know. If only she was open to letting me dismantle those strange and exotic machines she owns, maybe then we could come to an arrangement.
Yeah, a publishing house has released...
Nefer has a black cat called Ashru. I offered to install a translator so we could understand what Ashru is saying, but Nefer turned me down without even considering it. She said she already has plenty of information and doesn't need to hear what a cat has to say. Like, what? Why so mean? Has she been hurt before? Maybe by Lauma's translations? Vorka kept me company a lot while Nefa was away looking for you guys. Sometimes, when he noticed that I was missing Nefa, he'd come and pat me on the head and make me feel better. He has really big, heavy hands, and they're covered in calluses, but they still feel really warm.
The ocean swims in its own direction.
Ooh, Linnea? I really like her. When I was little, she used to tell us loads of cool stories whenever she got back from one of her trips. And when I was a bit older and I learned how to build robots, I wanted to give her one as a gift. But she never accepted any of them. She said it was the thought that counts and that was enough for her. But I think it was because none of them were her style. So I'm gonna keep making robots until she finds one she likes. I know I'll get there eventually. Papa Wrench? Where did you hear about him? He's my teacher, and he doesn't even know his own name anymore. But he still remembers all the specs when it comes to machine parts. I tell him all my ideas, even for my craziest projects. He always smiles back, rubs my head, and says, "I know, that's a wonderful idea. I can't wait to see the finished product." The first robot I ever built was called Clink Clank. It was totally different from the kind of things I build nowadays. No so-called practical functions. It couldn't talk, it couldn't do housework. Bet you can't imagine that, huh? Anyway, it kept me company for the longest time, but eventually it got to the point where the outer casing was completely busted up, and all the bolts were falling out and wouldn't go back in, so I had to take it out of service. The real reason I chose to build robots rather than invent other things was because, well, I just wanted someone to play with. People always have stuff they need to do, I get that. They can only hang out with me for a little while before I'm all on my own again. But my robots will always be there for me. Then one day, Nefa told me that she saw me as family, and that I could trust her. I burst out crying when she said that because I know that robots don't tell lies. Oh, that thing on my back? That's Kerpo...
The Pyro Archon triumphed over the Abyss by leveraging rules.
Strategy in a simple and pragmatic way. Those are my favorite.
When he finally achieved the ambition he thought he'd been pursuing. People often say that wisdom isn't about what you know, but knowing what you can change.
Oh yeah, I only found out about him being from the Temple of Silence recently, too. Oh, sorry, no. I'm no expert in mysterious organizations like that. Seen him a few times in the desert, though. He's very down to earth. Once, when my guys got into some trouble in the desert, he was kind enough to share his drinking water with them. Nice guy. Ah, the sleepy girl. Yeah, I think I remember her. I ran into her once at an oasis on the outskirts of the desert. She was out with some group from the academia doing astronomical observations or something. I wasn't really paying attention. Huh? Candace? What now? Emissary from the stars? The heck is that all about? Almost sounds like she didn't wake up before getting out of bed. Ah, Candace. I love her to bits. But she can be as stubborn as a sumpter beast sometimes. I keep telling her, how's my life changed since getting my vision? Huh.
Whoa! So you have a giant... Oh, you... Yeah! I want to give our crumb machine a new look. It's just a bit plain right now. I think we can make it stand out a lot more. What shape do you like? We could do a robot? Ooh, or a little duck could be cute. Oh, but I've got the name down already. The Traveler's Special Sizzling Crumb Contraption! Well, it would have a robot arm to do the cooking and an oven in its chest. Then, once you hear the sizzling sound, the crumb cakes burst from the oven in the chest, and the robot's mouth shoots out sugar to dust them with. Well, first you put the ingredients in the duck's back, and then you press the switch on its wings to activate it. Then, you wait for the sizzling sound, and ta-da! You have a whole batch of crumb cakes that you can take from the duck's mouth, one after the other. If you can't decide, why don't we just make both? The construction should be pretty simple, and if there's one thing I know, it's how to execute a vision. One small hiccup, though. Taking this machine apart still won't give me the components I need. Looks like I gotta make a quick stop at home. But I'll be super quick, so wait for me, okay? You promise?
This realm... If you ever have it...
To survive hardship.
It's just like a seesaw. If you take something from this... You seem tired. Is this place too high up? Maybe installing a ladder would help.
Come on! Paimon will teach you how to fly! 3, 2, 1!
Paimon's gone. Well, whatever.
Paimon wonders what the previous Shogun was like.
It appears that she was a person who understood the fleeting nature of things and
Free knowledge without having to study at all? Can's knowledge is amazing! Could Sumeru have Can's knowledge about the different customs of the 7 nations too? If so, Paimon could just open a can every time we get to a new place. Paimon wouldn't have to explain things ever again!
or we could just open them all here in Sumeru.
Arama, Arana, Araja, Arakavi. For some reason, the Arnar's food all tasted a little too... How did a genie that big get into Dory's lamp?
There's only one way to find out. In you go, Paimon.
There are 6 Darshans in Sumeru. Ooh, it would be... There are 6 Darshans in Sumeru. Ooh, it would be cool if Paimon had her own Darshan too. It'll be called Paimonology.
And what wisdom would Paimonology stand for?
Did you know that there are all kinds? It's not only Sumeru locals at the academia, huh? There are students from other...
Paimon, do you ever find the word Aranara trips you up?
Why does it trip you up? Maybe that's because you don't really say anything most of the time. Unlike Paimon, Paimon has to talk all the time, so she never gets stuck on words.
Okay, well, try reading this then.
What is it? Let's see here. Arana the Aranara exercises Arara Kalari in the nearby area. Narana the Nara picks Padisaras in a parallel area further afield. Narana the Padisara picking Nara had arranged to invite Arana the Aranara to the bar to befriend Lombard. But alas, Arana the Arara Kalari exercising Aranara professed a preference to Padisara picking Narana for venturing to Vanarana to view the panorama. On account of Arana the Aranara's antipathy to bar drama, Narana the Nara relented, and upon accompanying the latter on a Vanarana panorama adventure, encountered another Aranara named Arama. This must be one of those really weird dreams, right? But this headache feels pretty real. So in Natland, warriors who impress the Wayab enough get an ancient name! I'm so jealous! Having an ancient name would be so cool!
Huh?
You know how some people from the Frost Moon Scions have antlers on their heads? In Paimon's view, that's a good sign. 'Cause if you think about it, over the years, everyone else we've met with horns or antlers has turned out to be a total legend!
Yeah, you're right. From the Bull Warrior of the Collective of Plenty to the Oni King of Hanamizaka, they all share one thing in common.
Which is?
You better get out of the way before they stampede!
Whoa! Yeah! So, do you think that if Lauma ever got really mad, she'd... Wait. No. That's ridiculous.
Did you know that the first group to conquer Nasha Town was the Conch Gang? Or so the story goes.
The Conch Gang? You mean that gang where they're all kids?
That's right. In fact, they only accept children as members. And after you get to a certain age, they kick you out. That's their gang tradition. It's been that way from the very beginning.
Wait, so you're saying that a bunch of kids took over Nasha Town? What a funny thought. They must have some pretty tough kids. Did they have superpowers or something? The boss of the Curatorium of Secrets. Paimon heard that the Frost Moon Scions worship the moon. So, what do you think they get up to during the daytime? that volcano. The people and Saurians of Natland have a great...
Fierce waves battered the lonely island. You seem tired. I like being up high. I can't help but wonder, what would Tevat look like if we looked down on it from the moon above?
Time to go.
Drop!
Wind Strider.
Starfall!
Time to go.
Let's fly.
Starfall! Yeah! Drop! Starfall! Starfall! Take me up!
Follow the wind. Follow the wind.
Let's fly.
Into the wind.
Glad to be working with you. Is this really necessary? Is this really necessary?
Starfall! Drop! Starfall! Drop! Ha!
You really are a one-trick pony, you know.
Starfall!
Wind Strider!